Hello boys and girls, welcome to BenchART. I'm for Classic, and for today what I do have in here is Monster Hunter Stories Wings of Ruin, a game developed by Capcom, and it is using the old in-house engine called MT Framework. So my objective today it is to try out the game on the MX130 or the GT940 MX if you have the 2GB GDDR5. So this is the performance that I got in 720p. There isn't too much of a difference between performance between medium and high. There is a difference of 5 frames per second, and those settings I got an average close to 60. Whatever the settings if you go with in 720p, none of them drop below 30 frames per second. But when it comes to 900p, that's a different story because both of them drop below 30 frames per second. The median I had an average of 42, and the maximum settings, which is the high settings in this game, I had 39 frames per second. So wrapping all these results together, this is how it looks like in a graph. So if you want to target a frame rate above 30 frames per second, you need to go with 720p, and then it's up to you if you want to go with maximum, median, or even the lowest settings. Depends on the target average that you want to have. So looking to the requirements of this game, it is a little bit weird because both minimum and recommended settings do recommend or require the same GPU. So they are asking for a GTX 960 with 2GB of VRAM or an AMD Radeon RX 560. So I decided to go with 720p maximum settings because it's the highest settings I got while I could have 30 frames per second. For the style of game that this game it is about, I think 30 frames per second or above, it is perfect in my opinion. Well, perfect would be 60, but you don't really need the 60 frames per second in this game, alright? So you just need to have above 30 in my opinion, and 720p maximum settings does it really well. You can also go with 900p median or a maximum, but there will be some moments where you can expect the frame rate to drop below 30 frames per second. On my benchmark, those moments were attacking moments, so every time you do a regular attack in game, there is a split screen moment where you see your character attacking and the opponent attacking. During those moments, the frame rate goes under 30 frames per second. It's not a playable moment, so it shouldn't be really that bad. There is also another moments like when you perform special attacks, there is tons of particles and effects going on. When that happens too, and again it's not a playable moment, but when that happens the frame rate also goes under 30 frames per second. But I'm expecting that in some areas of this game that might be more demanding, you might have frame rates lower than 30 frames per second. If that is not important to you at all, you can go with 900p maximum settings just fine. But if you want to have an absolute stability and having frame rate above 30 frames per second all the time, you can go with 720p maximum. And even if you get to a much more demanding area, you can reduce the median because there isn't really too much of a difference regarding the graphics in median to high. Yes, there is a difference in textures, but when it comes to shadows, it's no big deal in my opinion, and it's pretty much the only big loss you get. Alright, so when it comes to performance, it's super playable. So in case you are interested in this game, just go ahead. But yeah, before that, let's talk a little bit about what I didn't cover about this game, because I never played before. Let's go. Well, Monster Hunter Stories 2, what can I say about this game? So this is a different take on the Monster Hunter series, it's a spin-off. Alright, and while the original one, it is kind of a real-time combat and well, it's that. Monster Hunter Stories 2, it is a turn-based combat, so it's essentially a turn-based JRPG. So this is a little bit weird because I never played any of these games before. I don't know very well the lore and the core gameplay of these games since I only played the demo, so everything was really new to me. But all I can say, and I have to agree with some Steam users out there, this resembles a lot of the actual Pokemon. The thing is, I never played the recent Pokemons on Switch, but many users are claiming that Pokemon watch and learn what these guys have done with Monster Hunter Stories 2. Many users are claiming that this is far superior to what Pokemon is on Switch at the moment, because yes, this game, it is available in fact only available on Switch and also on the PC. It wasn't really released on Sony PlayStation or Xbox. So the only place where you can get the game, it is either Switch or PC. And it seems that Switch users are a little bit pissed off with the Pokemon series at the moment. They are a little bit disappointed, and they've kind of started to play Monster Hunter series and felt that this game was superior. So what you can expect from this game, it is kind of a vast world to explore, and we will have an adventure with hundreds of monsters and that you can raise and hatch their eggs. So yeah, it's essentially like Pokemon. There will be tons of cutscenes inside the game, tons of NPCs with different personalities, a lot of fun with forced ones, just like pretty much all Japanese RPGs out there. But the good thing is that every monster will feel very different, alright, and you will be fighting alongside with other teammates that you have inside the game. Also, one of the big selling points of this game is that you can play cooperative with a friend, so if you are into that type of stuff, you can ask a friend of yours to buy the game and play alongside with him. The downside of this, and this really pissed off a lot of people, is that you can't do that from the start. So you need to go through 4 to 6 hours of gameplay first. It's kind of a tutorial moments which you need to go through, and only then the game will unlock its multiplayer features, and only then you can play cooperative with your friends. There is also PvP, so if you don't have friends to play with, you can fight against other players, which I think it is rather interesting. And well, there is also a lot of characters customization, and there are tons of replayability stuff that you can do. But the thing is, it can get really repetitive with the dungeons, and well, there's pretty much that. Alright, so yeah, it's the typical big adventure JRPG that you have, but inside the Monster Hunter stories, and people are really satisfied with the game. This game scored on Metacritic around 80 of score. On Steam, users are giving it 70%. Alright, so my experience and all the things that I have saying in here, it is based on the reviews that I've read so far on Steam. I haven't really had a great experience. I'm just expressing what people have said on Steam and reviews. Alright, this is not my own opinion. It is what I've read so far about the game, and it seems that the majority of the people, it is really satisfied. What I'm personally not satisfied, it is really the price. This game features the Nouveau, so it means that if you are waiting for a free version of this game, you won't be, finding it online, at least not as fast as people are expecting. But I never know about that. I don't want to talk about that subject in here, because it's a little bit complicated on YouTube. But yeah, there's that. And if you want to buy the game will cost you $59.99 on Steam. So it's a rather expensive game, but it is also a game that can last you for about around 50 to 60 hours. And if you are really completely crazy and you want to do every single stuff of this game, including achievements, you can play up to 200 hours if you want. So it's really a big game, and despite you are paying a lot for it, you will get a lot of hours out of this game. Alright, so if you care about that, and if that it is important to you, at least there's that. Alright, so I think that's all that I can talk about the Monster Hunter story. So hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video and the game, of course. Anyway, if you don't feel comfortable with this video and you really want to play before buy it, there is a demo available on Steam. The demo, it was what I have used to benchmark the game. You just need to search it on Steam. There is a demo there that you can play. It is a big demo. It can last you about 2 to 3 hours to finish up the demo. So it's a big demo. It should allow you to understand the core gameplay and the game. And after that, you can take your decision to buy or not to buy the game. Alright, so that's that. Thank you a lot for watching, guys. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
you out of commission? Kinship always wins!
All right, we did it, buddy!
Boy, was my heart thumping. But you did great, newbie. Looks like you've got your grandpa's skills.
What did I tell you? This famous feline knows talent when he sees it. This is the start of something epic, I tell ya. From here on out, we're gonna be partners. And I'll do it all totally free of charge. Although, if you really want to thank me, I wouldn't say no to a couple of donuts.
You know, you could just ask for something to eat if you're hungry.
Oh! Hey! Get back, you guys! Who said I was Monster Munchies?
This furball's not like other felines, huh? But hey, you got an egg out of the deal. Wanna head home?